Welcome back students in our this session, and today I'm going to teach you about the largest phylum, that is phylum Arthropoda. So here we start the phylum Arthropoda. In this, as the name itself suggests, arthros means joint and podos means foot. So they have these are the animals which have the jointed foot. So this phylum Arthropoda, it is the largest and the first phylum in which the appendages of the organisms such as legs, antenna and mouth parts have joints and are movable. Now as I told you that it is the largest and the first phylum. Underline this, children, in your books. Take pencil in your hand and underline it with me that Arthropodas, they are the largest and the first phylum in the group. And these are the animals in which they have the appendages, and appendages means, children, that they have the outgrowth, or we can say an external body part. So they have the appendages such as legs, antenna and mouth, and these parts have joints and they can able to move these parts, means they do not if they want they can move the whole body, and if they don't want to move the whole body, so they can move their parts also. So these parts are movable parts and these are jointed parts. Now some more points for arthropods are: the arthropods are bilaterally symmetrical. Now as I said, bilaterally symmetrical, it means that they have the left and the right halves and both the halves are similar, means we can divide them into two equal and similar halves. That is why it is said bilaterally symmetrical. Then they are triploblastic. Now as I said, triploblastic, children, it means that there are three layers of cells which is used to make the tissue of their body, and the body is made up of three layers, that is ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Now the ectoderm is the outer layer, mesoderm is the middle layer and the endoderm is the inner layer. So these arthropods, they have all the three layers. That is why they are known as triploblastic. True colmates. Now true colmates, as I said, it means that having internal body cavity lined with mesoderm layer. Now true colmates means they have the internal lining in their body cavity which is made up of mesoderm layer with organ system level of body organization. Now the other point for arthropods are that the body is externally segmented and is covered by an exoskeleton of cuticle made of chitin. Now this cuticle means here it is a kind of a shell. It protects their body, it maintains the body shape also. So this cuticle is made up of chitin and their body is segmented. As you can see in the picture also, that the body of these organisms, they are segmented. It is divided into many parts. It is divided into many segments, right? And some more examples I'll show you. Here you can see the example of crab. Here also you can see that their body is divided into segments. Then centipede, here also you can see that their body is divided into segments. So we can say that arthropods, their body is externally segmented and is covered by a exoskeleton that is made up of chitin. Now children, arthropods have different types of mouth parts adapted for various modes of feeding. Now they all have, all the arthropods, they have their different types of mouth parts because they adapt different ways of feeding. Next point for arthropods are colymic, that means the body cavity is blood filled, that is known as hemocoel. Now colymic body means that their body is filled with blood, that is why they are known as hemocoel. For examples, now here are few examples of arthropods like palemon, or we can say it prawn, then araña, or we can say it spider, then centipede, or we can say it scolopendra. So you have to learn these examples like prawn, spider and centipede. Don't learn these biological names, those scientific names is not in your course. You have to learn only these examples like prawn, spider and centipede. So this is about the arthropods, and as I told you that Arthropoda is the largest and the first phylum in the group. Now children, our next group is Phylum Moleska. The Phylum Moleska means soft-bodied animal. So the molluscas are the animals whose bodies are soft. Now molluscas have extremely soft body covered by a thin fold of skin called mantle. Now these molluscas, they are extremely soft-bodied animals, and their skin, they have a thin fold of skin, and that is known as mantle. Now next point is they are mostly marine or fresh water, but a few are terrestrial in habitat. Now these molluscas, they are mostly marine or fresh water, but few are terrestrial in their habitat. Now the body of molluscas is divisible into head, visceral mass and foot. So the body of molluscas is divisible into head, into visceral mass and into foot. Now next point for molluscas are the head bears mouth, eyes and tentacles. Now in the head of the molluscas there are mouth, eyes and tentacles. Now the visceral mass encloses body organs. Now this visceral mass, it encloses all the body organs. Now the colymic cavity is reduced, that is they are hemocoel. As I told you that the blood filled cavity is known as hemocoel. Now they have an open circulatory system, that is blood does not flows in the blood vessels. For examples, unio, snail, octopus and sepia. Now this sepia is known as cuttlefish, and octopus is also known as devilfish. So here you can see the diagram of unia, and snail is here, and sepia. These are the examples of molluscas, as they are soft-bodied organisms. Children, now we come to the third group, the next group, that is Phylum Echinodermata. Now in this, the spiny skinned animals come under this phylum, that is Phylum Echinodermata. Now Echinodermata includes animals which have spines. Now this phylum Echinodermata, it includes the animals which have spines all over their body, and these spines are embedded in the skin. These spines are embedded in the skin of the animals. Now these are known as spiny skinned animals, and that is why these animals are known as spiny skinned animals. Understood, children, why this Echinodermata is known as spiny skinned animals? Because the animals that include in this group, they have spine all over their body, that is embedded in their skin only, and that is why this group of organism They are known as spiny skinned animals. Now the next point for the Echinodermata is they are exclusively marine, may be free living or sedentary. May be free living or sedentary means, children, that they can able to move freely in any direction. Now body is either star shaped, cylindrical, globular, flower like, etc. Now the body of these organisms, they may be either star shaped, either cylindrical or globular or flower like structure. Next point is they have tube feet for locomotion. Now they have a tube feet for their movement, for moving one place to other place is known as locomotion. So for their locomotion they have a tube feet. Now we see the examples of this group Echinodermata. Examples are starfish, sea cucumber, sea urchin and sea lily. Now here you can see the diagram of few organisms which come under this group of Echinodermata. You can see here the starfish, and all the body of the starfish, it is embedded with the spines, right? Then sea cucumber is there. Here also you can see, and here the tentacles are there, and with the help of these tentacles they can able to move from one place to other place. Then sea lily is here, you can see here in the diagram. So these are some of the common Echinodermata. Now that's all for today. Thank you.